That's fine. Oh, no, that's actually it. Oh, what? After all this? Don't want to click the wrong card. Give me this thing. This is going to be Xaxes. How in the hell? We should not have won this game. We should not have. Oh my God. Before we get into everything, I'm going to give you a heads up that the last game in this video is a nail biter that's crazy. And we also have a bit of strategy we cover on this deck if you decide to play it at the end of the video as well. So be sure to check that out. All right, what's up, Dragon Brood? Today we have a pretty interesting Gruul deck that is actually a little bit of a throwback from a few seasons back, but uses some new cards. And this comes from a user. I've been following their results. Their name is Maki, and I kind of wanted to see if this was good. Now, to be fair to Maki, they've been playing this in best of 3. We're going to be playing it in best of 1. But we're just going to see how this works out, because it looks pretty interesting, like it has the tools to do what we need to do. I also want to give a quick note here that the creator appears to have consistently been around 60%. So I'd be curious to see how this does overall in those best of 1 games by comparison. So, starting at the top, we do have some Torch the Tower because, cheap spells, you got to deal with those aggro decks. It is playing a Haywire Might, which I really like for this type of deck, main deck, because both it being an artifact and the fact that it can remove artifacts and enchantments, because there's a lot of decks running around playing artifacts and enchantments right now. Teething Wormlet. We're going to have a fair amount of artifacts in this deck, so getting some free bonuses is nice. Fear of Missing Out is something that Maki looks to have added recently, which I don't hate, actually, because if we can get any of these things to attack when they've gotten a couple of counters on them, could be pretty good if you get 2 attacks and then, finishing damage. We are playing some NT Seneschal of the Sun, another way we can get counters on things, which is really nice. And Legion Extruder. I like this for 2 reasons. 1, it is obvious removal and finishing damage for 2. But we have artifacts that'll be sitting around that we can just turn into 3/3s repeatedly. We can trigger the Wormlet. We have stuff to sacrifice to, like, Lilianas and stuff. So, yeah, I like a lot of what this card does. Tough Cookie gives us 2 artifacts if we need them, which is nice, and gives us an extra attacker. Now, Agatha Soul Cauldron. This is one that, at first, I'm kind of like, do we really need 3? But it does a lot of work for a lot of different reasons. But particularly, it also lets you remove things from the graveyard against those reanimation decks. So, if you want another way to deal with something like Valgavoth, this is just built in and still fuels the game plan of the deck. A couple of copies of Screaming Nemesis, which look to be a recent addition by Maki, which is pretty cool though. I like this just being a card that once you get to the end of the game, your opponent kind of gets stuck in no man's land of, like, if they block it, they take damage. If they don't block it, they take damage, right? So this is actually pretty sweet. And Voldaren Thrillseeker. Now this obviously does a lot because it just puts counters on things, makes them bigger, hard to deal with. But if it's in the graveyard and we have Agatha Soul Cauldron, we can then put a counter on something and then start flinging things, which is super nice. So it gives us 2 ways to win with it. And then just rounding out our spells, we have Sentinel of the Nameless City. This is another way just to produce artifacts, keep putting counters on things if we're lucky with the maps. And yeah, not much else to talk about here. Lands are going to be pretty much what you expect, though they are playing some Mishra's Foundry so we can attack with lands after a sweeper as well, which is super nice. Now, again, this was a best of 3 deck. We're going to be playing in best of 1. I don't know how that's going to go just yet, but we're going to play the games and find out. At the end of the video, though, if you do like what you see, I'm going to put a link down in the description. It'll take you over to Moxfield, a channel sponsor where you can download this and play it in Arena yourself. For now, though, let's go see if Maki's stuff holds up in best of 1. All right, we'll keep this. Opponent goes first. That has ward, too, so we know what we're up against here. We're playing against enchantments, right? So let's go ahead and run one of these out. This could allow us to remove problematic enchantments if we need to. Obviously, we need 3 mana before we can even attempt to kill this. Yep. And we just take it. We will be able to get rid of the ethereal armor, which is important. So I'm going to go ahead and play this. Going to go ahead and attack. In the turn. I mean, if they have another ethereal armor, we're kind of just wrecked. Armadillo does have ward as well. Now, it's possible they're going to try to play like Sheltered by Ghost or something here. Oh, another ethereal armor. Ugh, gross. Alright, well, we'll get rid of one of them. I mean, realistically, getting rid of the Audacity should be the thing, but not particularly what we're looking for here. Man, I would hope for more threats somewhere along the way. Alright, so we kind of have one choice, and we have to hope they can't protect their creature. And it's very, very sad. So if we go for it and miss, we're wrecked, basically. But I think I'm going to do it. And if they just have it, they have it. It's going to make us sad, but I mean, good news is we get to gain 2 life when we sack our Duder. But it looks like they have the protective spell. Oh, they didn't have it. Oh, definitely don't want any more land. Alright, well, they do get to draw a card, so we're not out of the woods here by any stretch. But we do have 14 life, and they had a great start. There's a lot of weird pauses there, so it's like they have something. I just don't know what something is. Oh my gosh, why are we drawing so much land? We have an artifact, a creature, and instant. So we can put a land in the graveyard, I guess. Oh my gosh, this is brutal. What do we draw? Another fear of missing out. Okay, I mean, I guess we can play the other one. That's not nothing. We can search for a card. Oh no! Why? Oh, you're kidding. This is the worst. Oh, this is so brutal. So what even happens here? Like, we attack, but then they just double block? God, that sucks. Alright, well, there's really not much we can do here. I mean, yeah, attacking just does nothing. That's just a trade situation. Yeah, alright. That thing puts a counter on itself. Ugh. I mean, yeah, we'll just double block here or block here. I mean, it's not the best we can do under the circumstances. Alright. Oh, no! Why? Oh, this is so sick! What's going on? Oh my gosh. Alright, well... Man, this is a brutal way to go out. I mean... I don't even know what to do here. Yeah. I mean, I'm just gonna take it. And then if we just die, we die. I mean, I'm like, I don't know what else to do. Okay, hey. At least this lets me discard a card. I'm into it. This is something. And it gives me a bigger blocker. So this was one of the better cards we could have drawn here. We definitely will be discarding. Alright, hey, you know what? Oh, I already played a land for the turn? Oh, no! I was gonna say I could have at least a creature land as a blocker. Oh, wait, no, we're still in the attack phase. No attacks. Okay, that's what I thought. Okay. Cool. Alright. So we've at least stabilized temporarily at 6. Still need an answer for this thing that's gonna be bigger than a 3/3, but... Oh, man, really? Alright, well... Okay. I don't want to put Inti at risk because Inti might be one of our only ways to get out of trouble. At least we can draw deeper. Here, they pump or something. That's fine. We can't do anything about it. I thought about double blocking, but didn't really feel worth it. Probably should have, though. Alright. Well, that's not helpful. Alright. Hopefully we find something good. Ooh, you know what? This ain't terrible, because this doesn't have trample. Okay. Okay. I'm just debating if I want to put the counters on this If they don't find a way to put something, like if they draw a land, then they can only attack us for 5. And then we could fling... I think I'm going to put it here anyway. Because I can fling this for 3 damage regardless. Okay, cool. So we can block fling. My debate was if I just made this 5 instead. But I think here... Wait, do we just take 5? Attack for 6 is 9. I think I'm going to take it and try to give ourselves a chance to win here. Because we get to put 1 counter no matter what. That's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Ooh! Oh! We got there. Decline, because we have a guaranteed 2 in hand. I guess it wouldn't have mattered. We'd have put a counter, then we fling. Either way, we would have had it, I guess. Okay. Whew. Alright. My goodness. Ugh. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. Like, the opponent came out of the gate swinging. I thought we were gonna be in trouble. Like, credit to those early Haywire Mites, because we had to struggle through nothing for a long time. If we didn't have the Haywire Mites, we'd have been toast. Alright. How do we want to deal with this? I think we're keeping it for sure. Alright, let's go Haywire Mite. I don't know if Haywire Mite's good or bad against blue-black decks. Like, if it's a... Well, okay, well, never mind. It's something different. They have green mana. Oh, this might be, like, the graveyard reanimation stuff. If so, they at least have a couple of enchantments we can kill. Yeah, just like that, for example. Oh, they're going to kill our Haywire Mite? Yep. Okay, I think under the circumstances, I'm just going to play the other Haywire Mite and just kill this so they don't even get to mill stuff or anything. It was important enough for them to want to get rid of the Haywire Mite. This also puts a creature and an artifact in the graveyard. We're going to put an enchantment, so that'll be 3. Look at the top 3 cards. You only put 1 into your hand and the rest in your graveyard. All right, well, they're set for reanimation. Can we find an Agatha's Soul Cauldron? They don't have any great targets. Leyline on the Void is actually kind of bad for us, though. That's a little unfortunate. Get rid of this. Inti's not bad. I guess we'll play this. I mean, if they sweep the board or something, that's fine, I suppose. I need to get a land or an instant in the graveyard. Say its name. Working on filling the graveyard. Puts 3 lands. Man, we need our Agatha Soul Cauldron. Just to make sure they don't hit anything. Oh, Tough Cookie, you are not it, friend. Oh, boy. What's our plan here? I mean, I could Inti and then discard something. Probably Tough Cookie. Alright, I'm into that, I guess. Though, I guess... Well, we found a land anyway, so that sort of worked. Alright. Oh, we have to discard? Oh, no. I thought it was you may discard. Oh, I actually wanted that card. Oh, this whole time. I genuinely thought that was a may. Oh, we might be about to lose our board with no extra benefit. I mean, good news that we have the Mishra's Foundry, I guess. Ah, that was bad. That actually hurt me a little bit. I should have just held it if that were the case. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, well, they didn't put any more things in the graveyard. So let's go ahead and tap this for colorless. We will discard, see if we can find that Soul Cauldron. Nope, we did not. Good news, though. We do actually have Delirium, so now we can get 2 attacks in. Which is potentially lethal. I'm going to do this. Hold on to this for 3 damage if we need it later. Give itself the thing. Actually, I probably should have done this because I can't target that with Go for the Throat. But it didn't matter. Yeah, this is a case where we got a little lucky because I had a mistake in casting my spells. The opponent obviously didn't hit anything big to reanimate. And we never found our Soul Cauldron, which is our best card in this matchup. And it took us forever to get to Delirium. So lots of things went sideways in this game and we were able to win. But I don't think we win most of those games if this goes that direction. But it is cool to know that we had multiple options here on the final turn. But I still think if you're going to use this ability, you use it on the other 4/4 token since it's an artifact, so they can't go for the Throat it. So then if they do kill a 4/4, they still take 4, 8, and then you're hitting again for another 4. So a little bit of a mistake there, but it all worked out. Hey, we drew Teething Wormlets, which we haven't really seen, so that's cool. All right, and we got an Agatha's Soul Cauldron. So I think next turn we can go Wormlet, Might, and then Soul Cauldron. Then at some point, if Might dies, everything's a Haywire Might. Which is also good for extra life. Okay. Also have to be concerned that we don't run into temporary lockdown with this draw. I mean, we have some 3-mana things in the deck, well, speaking of which. But still have to be aware of that. Alright, let's get in there, attack for 2. Alright, let's see what we're up against. I've always liked Teething Wormlet, though. I think it's kind of a sweet little card. Works with several little interesting combo type situations. Alright, so now we've kind of got to make a choice here. If we believe they have a possible temporary lockdown, which looks like the type of deck that could lock down. Yeah, they actually... I'm going to assume they do have lockdown. But we can get rid of it with Haywire Might. So then that doesn't even matter, right? Unless they get rid of Might first. So yeah, what are we concerned about? Alright, go attacking. In the turn. So now if they go land lockdown, we just sack the Haywire Might to get rid of lockdown before it gets our stuff. Yep. And do we have enough for lethal here is the question. So then we just go to our graveyard. Put a counter on a dude. That's 8. Yeah, definitely enough. Then we just pump one of these. And then we attack. And then we fling it. That'll do it. Love that. I mean, this is crazy. That didn't even feel like a crazy good draw. And that's definitely one of the better decks. But we were able just to sacrifice Haywire Might. And that gave us a turn 4 win. And not only that, the deck looked like it had multiple ways we could have probably done it. So, cool. This is better than I thought it was going to be. Oh, this one's tougher. I'm going to keep it, though. As much as we'd like to have Teething Wormlet on turn 1, we have a bunch of lands we can draw. Oh, that's going to suck for us. Blast Zone. That's not what we want to see. Blast Zone's hurtful, man. Oh, Deep Cavern Bat. I guess they're going to take our Legion Extruder. Oh, man. I picked the wrong time to keep a tough draw. Damn. I mean, you're taking the Extruder, right? I mean, come on. No, they didn't take the extruder. Oh, you know what? I see why. They're probably trying to keep our draw down, right? Because we can't discard draw, whatever. That kind of makes sense. I could see some logic to that. Because we are stuck on a color. So I don't really blame them for that. Preacher, you got it. Play this. If we don't draw a thing here, we're going to end up so far behind. I don't know if there's going to be much we can do. This, in case we just draw a red land. Okay, we did actually find something, so that's helpful. I probably could have discarded Legion Extruder, though. Put another artifact in the graveyard.
Happy to help, but I'm taking the credit when we win.
If you want to make us discard, I would not be upset about it. Let me tell you. All right, well, this has to go.
One of your friends has to leave.
How badly do they want to protect Liliana? That's the question. They don't want a card more than they want to protect Liliana. That's what we just discovered. All right. So then, what's the play here? We could Screaming Nemesis. They block. This dies. We kill Liliana anyway. Or the other option, we could Inti, but no, it's only +1. We could attack, they block, then we kill it. We're still dealing with Liliana. I kind of like the idea of just playing Screaming Nemesis here. And then when Liliana pluses, then we discard the other Fear of Missing Out, maybe? I guess I'll attack here. And then if they... I guess I'm trying to figure out if I want to, how badly I want to kill the Preacher. Alright, no attacks. Not having that land on that extra turn was a little tough, because it has set us back to where I can only do like one thing a turn. And that's a little bit difficult. Oh, they had a Virtue of Persistence. Rough. Alright, Deep Cavern Bat. Sure, you got it. And they took the Screaming Nemesis. Sure. I mean, I'm probably just going to discard this. Puts an enchantment in the graveyard. Okay. That's a thing. Oh boy, how do we feel about this? Opponent's got 5 mana. Man, this is tough. I don't know what to do, y'all. Just being stuck on mana has made this game more difficult than it needed to be. I guess now we kind of have to kill Liliana, which is tough. I mean, I can make this into a 4/5. And then they've got a decision to make. Then we could later fling this to get rid of that. I mean, I guess that's fine. It's one of those things I don't really like, but under the circumstances, I could live with it, I guess. Alright. That works. So along the way, we need to draw an untapped land would be great. Actually, at some point, I'm going to need a Haywire Mite so I can deal with the Virtue of Persistence. Yeah, we just got a lot of problems right now. It's the issue. We have a lot of problems. Mana being the biggest one. Okay, so they want us to just discard a card. Or sacrifice a creature, I mean. Okay, that has haste, or summoning sickness, so opponent. Okay, so they want to get rid of things that cost 2 or more. Oh, we have to hit a land sooner or later, right? Though if they get rid of everything, they get rid of their bat as well. Oh my gosh. This feels so harsh. I don't even know if I want to get rid of the fear of missing out here, but I need to get another card. Ugh. Why are you leaving this untapped? Alright, I'm gonna go for it. We need a land. Okay, that's a start. Get rid of this. Alright, now we have a Screaming Nemesis to work with. We have a creature land of our own. They didn't instantly play a land, so that was good. So they don't have land virtue. Though, to be fair, they'd mostly just be getting a preacher, I would assume. So that's fine. I'm not sure what the opponent would have drawn here, though, that they can't play, right? Because other than the virtue, they don't have anything that costs that much. Yeah, you just cast virtue at this point, right? Yeah, that makes sense. All right, so plan. Play this. Go attacking. In the turn. They probably, I would guess, get back a... I mean, I guess you get a Screaming Nemesis. Yeah, it's Screaming Nemesis or Preacher. Yeah, Preacher makes sense. Alright, they also have creature lands. Oh, opponents. Am I going to get to trade? I am going to get to trade. I don't even have to trade, actually. That's awesome. I just get to kill one of their things. Oh, not true, because this one can still be activated to give 1+2/+2. Alright, I guess we take 2. Darn it. Thought we were going to get away with a little something there. No! Man, we've just been playing. We've been so behind the majority of this game. It was just a matter of time. I don't think there's anything we can do here. I think we just gotta attack and hope for the best. And they'll probably just block our land and... I don't even know. Yeah? Alright. So, here's the thing. If we put the opponent at 11, or at 9, can we kill them next turn? I don't think so. I think we just have to do this and, like, force them to get a preacher again. Till we can come up with something better. Though I'm tempted to just turn our land into a 3/3 here. I think I am. Because that also gives us 4 things in the graveyard. That we could at least contemplate a scenario next turn. Also, if we were just to get a Agatha Soul Cauldron, then whatever they target, we just get rid of, and our creatures get bigger, yada yada, right? So that's the other option here. Basically what I'm saying is we have outs, but we got to get to them. Currently, we have none. And we still only have 5 lands, and it's turn, like, I don't know, like 9 or 10 now. Opponents hit land almost every turn. With the highest power. Alright, so I gotta sack one of these. Sure. This thing needs 3 to sacrifice, right? Yeah, okay. So they attack. They'll get a 1/1 to block with. That's random. Why would you do that? And then they did nothing at all. Okay, fair. I guess we do this. And pass the turn. Okay, so if we attack, yeah, we only get in at most 4 realistically. Just to, yeah, it's not going to do it. Man, we had answers. We have 4 Haywire Mites and 3 Agatha Soul Cauldron, and we drew neither. I will say, though, top decking, like, another Fear of Missing Out wouldn't have been terrible there either. Just being able to hit the opponent for 4 on top of everything else could have been legit. Because then if they're at, like, 2, that gives us way more top deck options. Here's a Liliana.
Something suspicious is going on. And for once, it's not my fault.
So I think they want to put us down to a limited number of things first, and then make us sacrifice to take away choices. Which isn't a bad idea on their part. I get what they're trying to do. Nope, they're going to turn that into a creature. Never mind, I have no idea what they're trying to do here. Thought I knew, and then I didn't. Sure. We'll sack this.
I've always hated crowds.
Why do they keep activating their land and then never doing anything with it? That's such a weird thing. There has to be a reason. I just don't know what it is. Because they've done it multiple times now. I mean, I don't know if having more creatures is the answer, but we're just going to try our best at this point. Oh, and now we hit the point where the lands are going to show up, and it's just going to be too late. Yeah, there's just no real plan here. Best we can do is attack with everything, target the Sentinel. Sentinel gets blocked. Yeah, I'm just going to do it, but I don't see anything coming out of this. Yeah, I think we had just no lands early, and now we just had too many dead draws where I don't think we can get out of trouble here. I mean, I'm still going to go through the motions in case the opponent blocks poorly or something here, but I can't see a world where that works out for us. I mean, I would just block the Sentinel. Really? This is how we're blocking? Okay, we really shouldn't have any chance left in this game, y'all. I don't know what's happening right now. Like, that shouldn't have gone any way that it did for us. I mean, I guess they're blocking and then block again, I guess, is their plan here. But I don't even need to attack, I guess. Yeah, we just don't attack, I suppose. Oh, there it is. Forever late. Here's the crazy thing, though. We do have Voldaren Thrill Seekers in the yard, so, like, maybe? Alright, Bandit's Talent should do us in. That should be all it takes now. Sure, you got me.
Drop it.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I have to block something here. Alright. Oh, wait, did the opponent give me a chance to win? No, we're going to be just short. Because we can attack, put a counter. That's fine. Oh, no, that's actually it. Oh, what? After all this? Don't want to click the wrong card. Give me this thing. This is going to be Xaxes. How in the hell? We should not have won this game. We should not have. Oh my God. Literally nothing went right for us that whole game. Like, all our stuff got picked off. Our board got half swept. Multiple Lilianas. We never got rid of the Virtue of Persistence. They got Preacher. Actually, triple Preacher. Screaming Nemesis. Like, I don't know. I don't know what to tell y'all. Like, don't feel like I deserve that. But hey, sometimes that's just the way things go, I guess. Oh boy, man. I don't know what to say about this. Like, first off, credit to Maki. M-O-C-K-Y. If you see them around online, give them a high five. A virtual high five. This is interesting because the two, and this is going to sound weird to say, but two of the best cards. And did we even lose a game? Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't think we did. I'm gonna have to go back and review. I don't know. I don't know if we even lost a game. But Haywire Might was one of the best cards in the deck. Like, every deck right now seemingly has something we can hit with Haywire Might. Except for maybe, like, I was going to say mice, but even the mice are playing some enchantments these days. Probably, I don't know, rabbits? Maybe don't have anything we can hit. But yeah, so that's been good. And Agatha Soul Cauldron had multiple times, even in that last game, had we got a Soul Cauldron any time before turn, whatever that was, like 14, then we probably just win the game and start putting stuff away. Now, I say that. They did actually have a blast zone that they could have killed it. So, I mean, maybe not. But Haywire Might would have saved us just the same. So, even in those situations where things were getting crazy, we actually had a chance to still win by drawing either of these cards, which is super sweet. Screaming Nemesis, I think, was a really good addition for this deck because one of the things that can happen with a deck like this is you can do a lot of early damage. And then, you know, your board gets swept or maybe a untimely, like, temporary lockdown or something happens. And then you just don't have a way to punch through damage. But if you have a Screaming Nemesis, then you're like, okay, well, you're at 5. If you're going to keep blocking with stuff, you're going to take some damage. Whatever, right? So that actually works out pretty well. Obviously, Thrill Seeker, you need to have a full set of these. Sentinel in the Name of the City is interesting because I don't think it's a particularly great card in this deck. But it does provide a way to pump your creatures. It can get you extra damage on a Thrill Seeker. You know, maybe grow a Wormlet a little bit. So it does help. I think the trick too, though, when you're playing this, is if you can, plan early on what you're going to do with the fear of missing out. Right? Are you going to discard an Extruder or maybe a Haywire Might so you can start setting up an Agatha Soul Cauldron? Like, that and Inti do a lot to really help you, one, set up your graveyard for Agatha Soul Cauldron, but also help you hit Delirium. And I think those are two very important things to keep track of while you're playing. And watching your opponent's life total, because every one of those points are going to make a very big difference on how you can finish the game. Like, even toward the end, I just got a little bit lucky that the opponent blocked the way they did on that second to last turn. But by not making that second attack with the Sentinel, I was able to hold on to my best creature and then give me a chance to draw something to fling damage at things or whatever, which worked out. So, yeah, there's a lot to figure out when you're going through these games. But I do like it. This deck's actually pretty sweet. Not how I would have thought to build this in the current metagame, but Fear of Missing Out and Screaming Nemesis both pulled their weight pretty well in this list, and got to give credit where it's due. But yeah, the list we're going to put up is going to be 4 Torch Tower, 4 Haywire Might, 4 Teething Wormlet, 4 Fear of Missing Out, 3 Inti, 4 Legion Extruder, 2 Tough Cookie, 3 Agatha Soul Cauldron, 2 Screaming Nemesis, 4 Voldaren Thrillseeker, 3 Sentinel of the Nameless City, 4 Mountain, 4 Forest, 5 Mountain, 4 Forest, 4 Carplusion Gorge, 4 Copperline Gorge, 4 Carplusion Forest, 3 Thornspire Verge, and 3 Mishra's Foundry, which actually came in pretty handy in a couple of spots. But I have to say, this Duskmourn stuff has really been giving and giving. We actually went back and played a deck where you lose half your life with red and black cards, and another chance to showcase Screaming Nemesis. So if you want to play that style of deck, I'd say check out that video, because it was pretty surprising how consistent it was. Really definitely impressed me. But that's all I have for you for now. We'll see you next time.